the box? What's in the box?
Welcome to the Hot Box, the only rap show on the internet by an English guy, or as we'd like to say, the smartest rap show on the internet. Let's see what's in the box today. Scum Fuck Flower Boy. The newest fruit in a new age of rap that's underlined by vulnerability and raw honesty. 14 songs by Tyler the Creator and many complementary artists, brought together with horticultural metaphors. This album feels like walking around in the garden that is Tyler's brain, with beauty everywhere, yet a discoloured sky and vast open landscape leaves you unsettled and ready to explore. In this review, as well as all other reviews, I'll be looking at this album in regards to these 7 criteria, whilst looking at how the album has been received commercially, and then giving my own opinion. And who am I? You can call me Smokey. I'll be your hip-hop guide this evening, bringing you the facts, stats, and opinions around this album. But I'm just a cartoon, so let me know your opinions in the comments below. Okay, let's get to the review, shall we? Okay. Tyler the Creator is a 27-year-old rapper from Ladera Heights, California, who's been releasing music since 2009 and rose to fame 2 years later with his debut album, Goblin. He's also the frontman for rebellious rap group Odd Future, whose members include the likes of Frank Ocean and the internet's Sid Bennett. Unfortunately, they aren't together anymore, due to in-group turmoil and probably the different directions that the careers of the most notable members went in. A lot of this quote-unquote beef is arguably the catalyst for some of the themes in this album. He even starts the album with Rex Orange County singing, "I'm gone and I'm finished, and I ain't seen my friends in a minute. I guess that nothing lasts forever. No, nothing lasts forever. Nothing sticks together." Okay. Tyler creates a dreamscape of melodies and erratic transitions with an assortment of pianos, guitars, chimes and synths which undeniably transport you into his world. The use of flower and garden metaphors in his lyrics drag us deeper into this world, and they fit perfectly with the instrumentals. The connotations of these metaphors are used expertly by Tyler to highlight the dichotomy of his style, which to me has always been graphic, in both a beautiful and horrifying kind of way. In the song 911/Mr. Lonely, this dichotomy is even more noticeable, as it contains 2 halves of one song, both with the same message, how lonely Tyler feels at this point in his life, but told very differently audibly. In the first half of this track, the beat is very soft and melodic, with smooth vocal performances from Tyler, Steve Lacy, Anna of the North, and Frank Ocean. Tyler's funny references and braggadocious lines speak to his lighter side, even making reference to his constant mention of his cars, turning it into a hard-hitting line about how they're his only companion. But the real standout bar for me was, "I'm the loneliest man alive, but I keep on dancing and throw 'em off." As compared to the second half of the track, this felt a little bit like Tyler doing this dance, only to peel back the layer in the second half where he starts swearing and becomes more descriptive about his feelings, with an increase in tempo and Tyler's tone becoming more unbothered. I also thought it was quite ironic how Tyler has one of the most flex-heavy rappers in the second half, exclaiming how lonely he is. "I can't even lie, I've been lonely as fuck. Oh, lonely ass I can't even lie, I've been lonely as fuck." And one of the most emotional artists in the first half singing some filler bars. Which I don't know whether this was intentional, but I'm watching you, Tyler. This is certainly Tyler's most complete album. Lyrically, musically, thematically, everything goes well together, and the themes are consistent. However, I don't think glitter was the way to end the album. Although it's one of my favourite songs on the track list, it's just too light and cheery for an album that's touched on so many impactful details of Tyler's personal life. I would have ended it with November. It's a hopeful song with snippets of a bunch of Tyler's friends and associates talking about their November, or best periods in their life, which feels more appropriate in an album where Tyler says he's lonely, and here are a bunch of people talking about a common subject, representing the universality of these issues. My November was awesome.
My November was when I was gifted the Skits and Gilbert.
My November was my brother took me to my first concert.
My November was summer 2015 when I fell in love with someone who
2014, Miami 43rd Street. Every day was November.
We all get lonely, and we all have a November. Finally, it's clear that this is one of the most unique rap albums of this era. Although hip-hop has always been about a struggle and expression, we've begun to see a rise in rappers referring to their homosexuality, mental illness, and other taboo subjects, and therefore being vulnerable. And I'm glad they're talking about this, as talking about these things makes them less taboo. With the increase in popularity of artists like Lil Peep and Brockhampton, this definitely isn't a new trend. However, from an artist like Tyler, who's been criticised in the past for lyrics considered homophobic, it's certainly a surprise, but a welcome one at that. Tyler's got a knack for putting together sentences that make people listen, so the LGBT community just got a powerful ally. Speaking of allies, features on this album include A$AP Rocky, Steve Lacy, and Jaden Smith, just to name a few. The standout feature being Rex Orange County, who with others like Steve Lacy and Kali Uchis go a long way in creating this picturesque ambience. It's clear that Tyler's been inspired by this contemporary neo-soul style of his Odd Future counterparts. Also, honourable mention has to go to Anna of the North for one of the best features of all time. I might have to make that my ringtone. Okay. When the album came out back in July 2017, it was received with a bunch of 4-star reviews online, with outlets hailing the album for its sincerity. We can see on Metacritic that the user and critic scores are about the same, so it's fair to say that everyone liked this album. But what about the numbers? Well, it debuted at number 2 on the Billboard charts, selling 106,000 copies in its first week, and he was 1,000 copies away from the number 1 spot, Lana Del Rey. Also, Tyler managed to move 12,000 more physical copies than his last album, Cherry Bomb, which he certainly earned with this new album. This album was a smash, everyone loved it. Let's see what some people on the internet had to say. Always a good idea. On Twitter, @I'mFriendlyAF says, "Gay Tyler or straight Tyler? Fan forever. This album is hot." @Haley-Ann Harmon says, "This album cleared my skin and closed my pores." Yeah, it's a pretty good regimen for that. I'd also recommend some Clearasil and a low fast food diet. On Metacritic, Shooby Dogboy says, "After releasing what in my opinion his worst album with Cherry Bomb, Tyler comes through with his most consistent, soulful and beautiful work. Flower Boy delivers a consistent and obvious message. It's clearly a pathway to Tyler's soul." That's a very profound and grammatically incorrect sentence, Shooby, thank you. Okay. I've always been a fan of Tyler. He's a descriptive genius, and although in the past it's been derogatory, maybe Teenage Smokey just responded to that. However, in this album he takes his skill and actually begins to open up about his split with Odd Future, the effects of this on his mental state, and his sexuality, which adds extra depth to his past lyrics around homosexuality. Listening to this album was like watching Pikachu evolve. It excites me to see where his music will take us next. My Hotbox rating for this album: loud. There you go, people. First review done. Let us know what you think of the album and the video in the comments below. I know the album is over a year old, but I'm just a big fan. But stay tuned for more album reviews, and if there's any albums that you want us to review, leave your recommendations in the comments below, or hit us up on Twitter and Insta @the_Hotbox. Peace.